Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Taylor Nicholson and welcome back to my beauty space. So today I did this super pretty kind of like summer date night makeup look. This is more of a bronzed version of the look. I did a really cute little like smoked out liner date night makeup look, but I think I prefer this one actually just because I didn't put on falsies, but like it all came together so much better and it looks so good. This look is perfect for date night or just like a night out with your friends, anything that you want pretty much. So if you guys like this look and you want to see how I got it, then please keep watching. Hello everyone. So this video is going to be like a little bit different because I am going to attempt to do a like chit chat, get ready with me, talk through kind of thing. So let's see how that goes. So to start off, I am using my Huda Beauty Complexion Perfection makeup primer. I still have my little sample, but I'm definitely going to have to go buy this because it's bomb. I'm in love. And I've been doing this thing recently where I've been trying to like bring my foundation, my primer all the way back on my face. Just because it's summertime and like I'm getting hot and sweaty and I don't want my makeup to come off like around the edges of my face. So I've just been putting my primer everywhere. And I do like this primer because it's very tacky. So I feel like my foundation has something to stick to and I just feel like it just like stays on so much better. So for foundation, I am using the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. And this is also a sample size, but they send you like a pretty good amount in the little samples. They sent me like, I got like 4 different shades, and they're like pretty good little sizes. I just got it with an eyeshadow palette that I got for my birthday, so it's pretty good. So since it is like the summertime, it's super hot and everybody's sweating and everything, I am going to be going in with a lot of cream products first of all, and I'm going to set them down with a powder, but I just feel like going in with a cream and then a powder, it just helps your makeup look better and helps it stand out and stick to your skin a lot better. For my foundation, I'm going in with, what's the shade? Hold on, let me find out. Okay, so, the shade that I'm using on my face for foundation is Amoretti. It's 310G, sorry. And I am just going to take this, and I'm honestly just going to dip my finger in and like tap this just around the face. And as you can see, I'm being really specific as to where I'm putting this. You guys are going to see why in just a second. And I'm also going to go ahead and put the rest that I have down the neck a little bit. Just so we don't have any harsh lines. So now that I've gotten that on, I'm going in with the lighter shade called Macaroon 230N. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this. And I'm using it as a concealer. I did this in my last video and I really, really liked it. So I figured I would just keep doing it while I had the shades. Because I won't be buying this shade because it's way too light for me, but I do like the way it works as a concealer. Now I'm going to go in with another cream product. I'm going with my NYX Wonder Stick in the shade Universal. I'm using the little bronzing side, or the contouring side. And I am just going to go ahead and put that right in here. Just kind of do a little upwards triangle just to go ahead and just get all the products laid down. And I feel like whenever I do it this way, it makes everything a little bit less cakey because you're not going through and putting on like a whole face of foundation and then going through and putting like more product on top of it. You are just putting everything on together. The only thing is blending this in is a little tricky because you have to be kind of careful that all of the shades in the products don't just like blend together. You still want to have your contouring and highlighting showing through. So I always go in first and I go ahead and blend my foundation in. And I just kind of tap around, and if it blends into the edges of the bronzer and the concealer, that's okay. That actually helps out a lot. It's just like this whole line, but this foundation is actually kind of sticky as well, and I don't really like that because I feel like it doesn't like set down on my face well, but it still has really good coverage. So to blend in my concealer, I'm just going to flip my beauty blender around and just go ahead and start buffing that in all around the face. And as usual, I am taking this up onto the eyelid as well, just to cover up all my like discoloration and stuff. Because as you guys saw, I have very discolored, very like pigmented eyelids. And I feel like whenever I don't like put concealer on, it was an eyeshadow primer, my eyeshadows just don't go on as well, like they're not as pigmented because my eyelids are so pigmented and they have like veins showing through them and everything. So in my opinion, whenever you prime your eyelid with a concealer, it just makes your eyeshadows look a lot better and a lot more pigmented. And of course, you gotta blend down the neck just to make sure there are no harsh lines. And then to blend the cream contour in, I'm actually going in with a brush. I'm switching to my Real Techniques Expert Face brush. And whenever you're blending in cream contour like this, always blend the way that you applied it. So blend like side, like kind of like back and then up. Don't blend in or like down because that kind of defeats the purpose of cream contouring. Whew, you guys, this foundation is thick. Like, look at that coverage. And I don't even mind that it's thick because my face looks flawless. So I'm just going in and blending out any creases that may have appeared. And of course they did because I am a creasy mess. And I'm like really surprised though because this foundation, as thick as it is not creasing. Which is like really good for me. I mean, obviously I have some creases like underneath my eyes, but they're always like that. Like no matter what concealer, foundation, primer I use, my eyelids always have creases. So whenever I'm setting, of course my dog is barking, of course. Anyways, like I was saying, whenever I'm setting this, I am really trying to avoid this area right there. Just because I do still want to add the cream highlight. So I don't want to set down that area and have the highlight not apply as good. So I'm just being really careful. I'm stopping like about like right here. So now I'm going in with my cream highlighter. I'm going in with this Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade, I think this is Opal. Yeah, this is Opal. So I have an eyelash. What do I want to wish for? Hold on. Anyways, so now I'm going to go ahead and apply this right there to the cheeks. And I'm just going to blend it in with my fingers because this stuff dries a little bit fast. As you can see, this just goes ahead and adds like a really pretty glow to the skin. And whenever you put your highlighter on top, like your powder highlight, it's just going to make it look that much more intense. So I am going to go ahead and apply this to like all the high points of my face. Just everywhere that we will be putting powder highlight on later. Okay, so now you can see I'm just like glowing a little bit. Just going to give me a really nice base for everything else. Okay, so to begin the eyes, I'm starting off by going in with my Huda Beauty palette. I'm taking the shade Eden right here. It's just a really pretty like peachy tan shade. And I am just going to go ahead and take this on a big fluffy brush and just begin working this into my transition area. And this color we are taking from inner corner to outer corner. And once I'm satisfied with that, I'm just going to switch to my Jaclyn Hill palette. I know you guys are so tired of seeing these two palettes, but they both just have such warm shades that I had to use them for today. So I'm just taking the two shades up here, a Silk Cream and M.F.E.O, and I'm just going to mix those two together. And I'm literally going to put them in the exact same place that I put that Eden shade. As you can see, we're going from inner corner to outer corner with this, really blending around just to make sure that everything is nice and blended and there is something for all of these other shades to blend out into. Yeah, I just ended up having to set the outer part of my eyes right in here just because my eyeshadow was starting to stick on the edge where this foundation is so freaking tacky. Like, I don't know, I'm just not a fan right now. Okay, just a forewarning, I'm sorry if you guys can hear my fan in the background. It's like 98 degrees outside, so I gotta have some air circulation. And also another forewarning to you guys, I'm about to use a lot of eyeshadows because this, I feel like bronze, like warm looks look a lot better if you use a lot of eyeshadows to blend around in it. I am taking the shade Creamscicle right here. And I am just going to go ahead and start working that into that same area. Just to add a little bit more warmth. Once again, just following the line. I am actually going to go ahead and mix these two together. And I know one of them is Butter, but I don't know the name of the other shade. This palette doesn't have the shade names on or anything, but I will leave everything in the description box below with everything linked and all of that. So I'm switching to a little bit smaller of a brush for this. And I am just working these into the crease, but I'm focusing these on the outer corner, and that's it. I'm not taking these all the way in. Just focusing on the outer corner of the eye. less product that I have on my brush, I will just go ahead and like blend up into the other shades, and I'll go in the inner corner just a little bit, but I'm just really focusing these shades on the outer corner. And then going right beside of those, I'm taking this Pukey shade right here, and I am now just gonna go ahead and put that in that exact same area, just focusing it on the outer corner of the eye. As you can see, I'm just doing a circular motions in the outer corner of the eye, just to lay this pigment down. Eyeshadows are still kind of like sticking to the edge of my eyes a little bit, so before this gets too messy, I am taking some of my translucent powder, and I am just going to go right there, just to ensure that this part will be light and there won't be any shadows to the side right there. So now I am going back into my Huda Beauty palette, and I'm taking the shade Blazing right here. This beautiful orange shade. And I'm switching to a little Real Techniques Tapered Crease brush. And I'm just picking this up, and I'm just going right on the outer corner once again. So to further deepen up the crease, I'm going in with this really pretty like bright red shade right there. Just kind of like an orangish red. I was going to use the one from the Huda Beauty palette, but it's not as bright. So I'm going to use this one. I think this is called Hunts, but I'm not like totally sure. But like I said, everything will be linked below with all of the shade names and all of that. So since reds are so hard to blend out, I am just taking this and applying it to the outer corner of the eye. I'm just kind of like blending it up into the crease. I get the color down that I want. I'm just going to go back with that brush that we just applied the orange shade with. And I am just going to go over and blend. I am just going to take this brush and just go on the inner corner. I have no additional product on it. I just want to make sure that this comes in a little bit. I don't want the inner corner to be blank, but I want most of the pigment to stay on the outer corners of the eye. Okay. So now we have all of that done. I am just going to go back in with that Pukey shade. And I am just going to begin like blending around, just to make sure there are no harsh lines. And then I'll go right back in with Eden from my Huda Beauty palette. And I am just going to blend at the edges just a little bit more. Like I said, I just really want to make sure that this look is super blown out and super smoky and pretty. Okay, so now that I have everything as pigmented as I want, I am just going to go ahead and start on the lower lash line. So I'm going in with that really pretty red shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette. And I am just going to go ahead and put this right against my lower lash line. I'm focusing this more on the outer corner. I'm kind of like bringing it up to meet the outer edge of the top lash line. Going in with that orange shade from the Huda Beauty palette. And I'm just going to go ahead and start blending. I love connecting my lower lash line to my top lash line. I just feel like it makes your eyes look a little more cat-like and a little bit more elongated. And then of course I have to go in with a really light shade, so I'm going in with Eden from the Huda Beauty palette, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend a little bit more with this. And with this I'm going from inner corner to outer corner, just so that we have a little bit of shade on the inner corner and it's not completely blank. I'm going to wipe the powder away. So now I'm going to go ahead and go in with my lid color. This is the Stila, the little liquid glitter things. I can't remember what they're called. But I'm just going to go ahead and take this and just apply it to my lid. I'm keeping this mostly in the inner corner of the eye because I want to keep the outer corner nice and smoky. And I'm also just going in and like dabbing with my fingers because I find that if I apply this shadow with a little applicator and just leave it, it looks a little bit harsh. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other eye. And as you can see, I am bringing this quite high up into the inner corner of the eyes, just because this will make your eyes look a lot more open and a lot more awake. And that combined with the smokiness of the shadow on the outer edge of the eye, it's just really, really going to make your eyes look cat-like and more elongated. And I will just go right back in with this little brush and just kind of like tap at the edges, just to make sure everything blends really nicely together. So before I put on my lashes and everything, I am going to go ahead and finish off my face. So I'm just going to take a little bit of banana powder from Makeup Revolution. And I'm going to try and set my face with this so that I don't have to set it with like a white face powder and it goes super pale. I'm just going to dab this around the face and see if this sets it down any. I didn't want to set my face today, but it looks like I'm gonna have to. So, to finish the face, I'm going in with a oldie but a goodie. This is the Becca Après Ski Glow face palette. It's just got these 6 shades right here. It's got some blushes and some highlights. And I love this blue highlight right here. It's called Icicle. I use that all the time in the winter. But today, I am using this bronzing shade, and this shade Bronze Bondi, this one right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply this to my face, and hopefully it doesn't get patchy because my face feels a little bit sticky, but I don't want to put too much powder on. Okay, cool. And then I'm also going to take this around the forehead just to warm up that area. Oh my god, I was trying to make this like a chit chat get ready with me, and I have not talked this whole time, you guys. I'm just like, I don't know what to talk about. I live a very boring life. Now I'm also going to take a little bit of this and go around the nose just to add a little bit more warmth to that area. I'm going to take some more and go around the jawline too. For blush, I'm going to take the shade, it's called Winterberry, and I'm going to make it a little bit more something something. I'm going to mix it with the shade Rose Quartz, this highlighting shade right here. So I'm just going to mix those two together and apply them to the cheeks. As usual, I start my way on the backs of the cheeks and then I just like work my way forward. I love like shimmery blushes, so half the time whenever I apply my blush, I like mix a highlighter in with it just because I like the look of like really glowy cheeks, but I don't like to just apply a highlighter to my cheeks. I just like to mix it with my blush and it just looks so pretty. And now for highlighter, going in with the shade Opal. This is like the exact same highlighter, that the liquid highlighter that we used, but it's just the powder form. I am just going to go ahead and put that on the cheeks. So I mentioned in my last video that I really wanted to go cruelty free. And, you know, like stop using brands that test on animals and stuff. And I've been really trying to find like alternatives to the products I already have, yada yada yada. And it's really hard, you guys. Like, I know most brands don't test on animals, but like drugstore brands like cheap makeup, most of them test on animals besides like Milani and NYX and e.l.f. But like also brands like NARS tests on animals, and I had no idea. It's just one of those things where you never know until you look it up, and then you're like, oh my god. And like, I'm an animal person, so if there's an animal being hurt, I feel like crap. So I am actually going to go in and apply another highlighter right on top, just because, where'd my brush go? Just because this color is like super pretty, but it's just not doing it for me. So I'm going in with this Maybelline holographic highlighter in the shade Molten Gold. And I'm just putting a little bit right on top just to tie in that gold effect. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit more of like what I wanted on my face. So before I go in and like do my eyebrows and stuff, I'm just going to throw some of this banana powder right underneath my contour just to clean up that area. So I'm going to go off camera and do my brows just because you guys have seen me do my brows like millions of times. So I'll be right back. First, I need to wipe this off. I hate it when I forget to wipe off my baking powder and then I put my lipstick on and then I mess my lipstick up whenever I wipe this off. So let's remember to do that. So for lashes, I'm going in with the Faux Mink Demi Wispies from Ardell. They're just super pretty and flared out on the edges. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some mascara on my lashes. Okay, so I decided against falsies just because I wasn't wearing eyeliner and I didn't want to overdo it. So I just put on a lot of mascara, and yes, I have a gloop right there, but I'm waiting on it to dry. So I'm going in with this like pinkish orange shade from Smashbox. It's in the shade Driver's Seat. I'm going to go ahead and apply this all over the lips. So now that I have all that applied, I'm going in with the finishing touch. I'm going in with my Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm taking the first shade. It's just a white highlighting shade, and I'm putting this underneath the brow bone. I'm also just going to take a little bit of that and put it right on the inner corner of the eye, just to highlight that area. And last but not least, I'm going to go ahead and set my brows into place. I always really like to brush my brows up in the front. I just feel like it makes them look a lot more full and a little bit more bushy. Especially because I'm trying to like let my eyebrows grow out. I haven't been like shaping them or anything lately. And actually, I keep saying the last part, but it's not. For the heck of it, I want to take this Essence Kajal pencil, eye pencil in the shade Black. And I'm just going to put this in my waterline. Just to add a little something. I never put black in my waterline, so why not? Hey everyone, so this is my finished look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Hit those notification bells so that you never miss one of my videos. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Give me a nice comment, all of that. And if you guys like this video, then I guess I will see you in the next one. Thanks everyone. Bye.